So we are moving on to lesson 1.6, which is all about understanding the sports and entertainment consumer. And the target objective for this lesson then is to differentiate between customer and consumer. So customer versus consumer. The customer is the individual who buys the product or service, and the consumer is the individual who uses the product or service. So let's say, for example, that Frito-Lay may choose to purchase 4 club seats at Jacobs Field in Cleveland for their sales staff to entertain clients at Major League Baseball games. Frito-Lay then is the customer because they bought the product, while their staff members and their clients are the consumers. So again, just to reiterate, the customer is the individual who buys the product or service, and the consumer is the individual who uses the product or service. The customer, though, can also be the consumer. An example of this is John Smith, yes, from Pocahontas, just kidding, buys 4 tickets to take his family to see the Yankees play the Red Sox. He is the customer because he actually bought the tickets, but he's using the tickets as well, so he is also the consumer. So you can be both a customer and a consumer. So who is the sports and entertainment business consumer? Well, marketers sell sports and entertainment participation, and they target consumers with free time, discretionary income, and a desire to be entertained. It could be participation by event attendance or physical participation in the event itself. So who are the sports consumers? Well, sports consumers are people who may play, officiate, watch, or listen to sports, or read, use, purchase, and collect items related to sports. So this could include manufacturers, resellers, sports governing bodies, institutions, and media sport enterprises. And sports consumers participate in the exchange process, which we learned about earlier on in lessons 1 or 2, in 2 different ways. So the first one is as a spectator, as a consumer, and they benefit by watching the event or game, or also by exchange for tickets and entertainment. The other way then is participants as consumers. So they benefit by playing, competing, or participating in the event in exchange for equipment and or participation. So that is the 2 different ways that people can participate in the sports exchange process. And that is it for notes on lesson 1.6. So this was a short lesson.